They say the body can withstand almost anything. It's the mind you have to convince. Every battle you've ever faced, every hardship you've endured, every dream you've chased or abandoned, all of it began and ended in your mind. And the truth is, in this world there is no tool more powerful, no force more unstoppable, no weapon more precise than the human mind. Your mind is your greatest weapon, but only if you learn how to use it. The people who rise to the top in life aren't necessarily the ones with the most talent or resources. They're the ones who have mastered the battlefield within. They're the ones who, when the world tells them you can't, their mind screams back, "Watch me." They don't fold under pressure. They don't run from fear. They lean into the discomfort, they face the chaos, and they reframe the pain. That power doesn't come from muscles or money. It comes from mindset. The world will test you. Life is not easy. It will knock you down more times than you can count. There will be days you wake up with doubt, with fear, with exhaustion dragging you down. But those moments are exactly when you'll learn whether you control your mind or whether your mind controls you. That's when you find out what you're really made of. Because anyone can be positive when things are going well. Anyone can be confident when they're winning. The true test of power is whether you can stand tall when everything around you is falling apart and still believe you'll rise again. Your mind creates your reality. What you think consistently becomes what you feel, and what you feel determines what you do. That's why when you constantly feed yourself thoughts of weakness, worry, or worthlessness, your entire world starts to reflect that. You stop showing up fully. You stop taking risks. You stop pushing forward. But when you take control of your thoughts, when you decide to feed your mind strength, discipline, courage, and purpose, everything changes. Suddenly, obstacles look like opportunities. Setbacks look like setups for a comeback. Failure isn't fatal, it's fuel. Every great thing ever accomplished started with a thought, just a single idea. But that idea had to be protected, cultivated, and believed in. That's why your mind isn't just a weapon, it's a garden. If you plant weeds, you get weeds. But if you plant vision and you water it with belief, hard work, and relentless execution, you can build empires. The mind, left untrained, will always find reasons to settle. It will protect you from risk. It will trick you into thinking safety is success. But the mind, trained and focused, can turn pain into power. It can turn loss into lessons. It can turn fear into fuel. Most people don't fail because they're not good enough. They fail because they gave up in their mind long before they gave up in real life. They lost the mental game. They believed the lies, the ones that said they weren't ready, the ones that said it's too late, the ones that said no one like them ever makes it. But the truth is, every champion was once a contender who refused to quit, who refused to let fear win, who refused to let doubt run the show. And every single one of them had to learn to fight, not just on the outside, but in their mind first. There's a voice in your head, you know the one, the voice that shows up when things get hard, the voice that whispers, "You can't do this," the one that tells you to stop, to quit, to settle. That voice, that's not the truth. That's your comfort zone begging you to come back. That's the old you trying to hold on. But if you listen closely, there's another voice, quieter but stronger, the voice that says, "Keep going," the one that says, "You've got more in you." That's the voice of your higher self, the version of you that's waiting on the other side of struggle. That voice is your weapon. That's the one you need to feed. The real war isn't out there. It's not in your bank account, your relationships, or your circumstances. It's in your mind. It's the war between your potential and your excuses, between your dreams and your distractions, between the you that wants more and the you that's scared to leave what's familiar. Every day, you get to choose who wins that war. Every day, you can take another step toward becoming unshakable, unbreakable, unstoppable. But it starts inside. You want to change your life? Change the way you think. You want to break through? Break the limits in your mind first. Because until you believe it, you'll never achieve it. The outside world is a reflection of your inner world. If your mind is chaotic, your life will be too. If your mind is focused, your actions follow. And when your actions are aligned with your purpose, greatness becomes inevitable. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need permission. You don't need to wait until you feel ready. You need to take control of your mind. You need to stop negotiating with weakness. You need to stop letting fear dictate your story. Because if you don't write your own script, life will hand you one, and it won't be the one you want. You've got to take the pen back. You've got to become the author of your thoughts, the commander of your emotions, the architect of your beliefs. And let's be real, there will be setbacks. There will be failure. That's not a maybe, that's a guarantee. But the strongest minds don't run from that. They expect it. They plan for it. They use it. Because they know that resilience isn't built by avoiding difficulty. It's built by facing it over and over and coming back stronger each time. You don't develop strength by lifting feathers. You grow when it's heavy, and life will get heavy. But so will your resolve if you train it. Training your mind is not about pretending everything is perfect. It's not about ignoring reality. It's about owning it. It's about asking, what can I learn from this? How can I grow? What does this challenge make possible? It's about being the type of person who doesn't need everything to go right to move forward. It's about becoming someone who's dangerous, not because they're aggressive, but because they're mentally bulletproof. You want to be a weapon in this world? Sharpen your thoughts, guard your focus, eliminate the noise. Don't waste your life waiting to feel confident. Don't wait for motivation. Those things come and go. What stays is who you become when you discipline your mind, when you decide that quitting is not an option, when you choose to rise, even when everything inside you screams to stay down. That is the power of your mind. Your greatest enemy is not the competition. It's your self-doubt, your procrastination, your negative self-talk. But your greatest weapon is also inside you. It's your ability to reframe, to reset, to rise. It's your ability to believe in the impossible and then make it real through consistent action. You don't need to wait for the stars to align. You are the light. You are the spark. But only if you stop playing small and start thinking like the warrior you were meant to be. You've been lied to. You've been told that success is about luck, that greatness is for the few, that winning is reserved for the gifted. That's not true. The truth is, most people are not willing to fight the mental battle. Most people don't want to be uncomfortable. Most people settle. And that's why most people live average lives. But not you. You're not here to settle. You're here to rise. You're here to sharpen your mind until it's a blade, until nothing can break you, until you become the storm. You want to lead? Lead your thoughts. You want to dominate? Dominate your attention. You want to win? Win the war inside. Because once you do that, everything else becomes easier. Challenges shrink. Critics get quieter. The world starts to bend, not because it changed, but because you did. Because you stopped being a prisoner of fear and became a master of focus. There is no limit to what a focused mind can do. There is no dream too big for a disciplined mind. There is no storm too strong for a resilient mind. You already have what it takes inside you. Not tomorrow, not someday, now. Right now you can choose to flip the switch, to become the version of yourself that stops waiting and starts creating, that stops hoping and starts doing, that stops doubting and starts believing. And once you make that choice, once you decide to own your mind, you become unstoppable. It won't be easy. There will be days when your motivation fades, when your vision blurs, when the noise of the world feels louder than your purpose. But that's when it matters most. That's when the weapons of the mind are forged. When you push through, not because it's comfortable, but because you've decided that greatness is your only option. So what are you going to do with this power? Will you waste it on worry, on fear, on what-ifs, or will you channel it into something unstoppable? Will you train it, discipline it, master it? Because the truth is, the world is not waiting to give you anything. It's waiting to see who you'll become. And when you step into your power, when you sharpen your greatest weapon, there's nothing, and I mean nothing, that can stop you. Your mind is your greatest weapon. Use it, own it, unleash it. The world needs what you've got, but first, you've got to believe it.